Hello and welcome to the update of updates. This is going to be a long one. I'm immediately going to recommend that you just put this on in the background if you don't want to watch a very long video of me just staring at the camera and talking to you. I have a lot of things to talk about. Um, Not least the reason why I haven't really been uploading for the last 2 months. That's a big one. But other than that, I just need to talk. I need to update you guys on a lot of stuff. Generally, things that have to do with the channel. Also, a couple things that are just going on in my life. Um, so yes, it's gonna be a long one. So strap in or something. I will talk about certain things where I'll also be showing some pictures. So it'll be on. Put it on in the background and listen. But there will be pictures and stuff to look at as well if you want. Um, so I'm gonna try and because this is gonna be very rambly, but I'm gonna try and keep some composure in the video by adding timestamps if I get the chance. I'm leaving on a trip tomorrow to America, which I'll get. That's like the last topic I really want to talk about, but so I don't have a lot of time to do stuff. But hopefully I can add timestamps. Hopefully I can add pictures in the video. Um, but yeah, let's just start by saying I hope that I'll be able to start making videos on a fairly regular basis again soon. That's like the main thing out of the way, I guess, because I'm sure that's what people mostly would be wondering. Hopefully that will be the case. I don't want to promise anything, but I can kind of explain that as I go through the video. But in case that's the only thing you care about, I guess you can click away now. But yeah, let's just start at the not start at the beginning, but start at the thing I want to talk about. I'm gonna go through this chronologically, essentially, which is some of these things also I should mention. I did make an update post about, like a community post, when they happened, but I still want to talk about it in more in detail because I was gonna do update videos and stuff at the time as well, but I just time, man. I need more hours per day. It's ridiculous. So starting at the beginning. In September, on the 9th of September 2021, I got married with my wife, now wife anyway, who's been on the channel a couple times. Some of you will know her. She's on Discord too. I have a Discord channel, by the way, which I'm on every day. Which that's completely off topic, but yeah, I don't really actively promote it all that much, but there's a fair amount of people there, and we chat every day. If you want to join that, there's a link in the description. Anyway, I got married. Some pictures hopefully will be popping up on screen as well right now. We had decided we wanted to get married a while before that, but we ended up pushing it forward to the 9th of September because we obviously knew that my wife, now wife, then girlfriend, was pregnant. And we wanted, for all legal reasons and stuff, we just want to get all that stuff out of the way. So we decided, let's just push up the wedding essentially and get married. Like we decided we wanted to get married, but I hadn't officially proposed or anything. I feel like that's more of a movie thing anyway. Like I'm sure some people do go down on one knee, and I did, like, eventually, but more as a joke, really. Like it's something you just discuss as a couple. Like, should we get married at some point? You know, it's just a topic of conversation that pops up at one point. It's not like, I don't know. Maybe it is not a movie thing. I don't know how other people do it. I'm sure everyone's different. But for me, it was, for us anyway, it was more of a thing we just started talking about and decided, we should probably do that at some point. And then we pushed it up because she was pregnant. Or we were pregnant, I guess. So yes, at the wedding, I had, for the most part, because we kept it relatively small, COVID reasons, stuff like that. The most important people for me who were there, besides my immediate family, obviously, were a couple of people from abroad, such as, well, you might recognize some of their names from either Discord or comments or whatever. Most of them are patrons as well. Coincidentally, that's not the reason I invited them. They are actually my friends. But yeah, Uzalot, was Lucas from Austria with his girlfriend Huang, who we ended up being very good friends with, and we did another separate holiday trip with quite recently, which that's a later topic for this video as well. We also invited a bunch of people from England, actually. Cucumber, who's Michael, Rexosaur, Paul. I'm definitely forgetting someone from England now. Oh yes, Cameron, Alphas Omega. They all couldn't make it due to COVID stuff. Like they weren't allowed to get. Well, they were allowed to go here, but they had to take like a test there, a test here, a test here, a test there. Like they had to take like 5 different tests, and it would have cost hundreds of pounds. So it just wasn't worth it. I also invited good old Adrian from America, all the way from California. He really wanted to make it, but it would have been a very expensive trip, and he was just in between jobs. He was starting a new job, so he couldn't immediately leave. So, but anyway, people who did actually did make it. Max from Germany with his then girlfriend Leia. They unfortunately broke up since then. We had Tsunami, of course, who's Tom's from Latvia, and we have Jakob, who's Neutron, of course, from Denmark. Probably my best bud, or one of my best buds online now. But yeah, so they were like they've been people I've known for years online now, basically. And I had met Jakob before. I'd also met I'd met Cucumber from England before. I'd had Max multiple times already. I'd never met Tom's or Lucas or Lucas's girlfriend Wang before that day. But we'd known each other for so long. I invited them as well. We had a wonderful time. They stayed for basically a couple days. I think it was 3 or 4, 5 days maybe. After the wedding as well, basically, just to do some other things around the area too. And then yeah, we ended up having such a wonderful time with Lucas and Huang, because they stayed an extra day because they messed up. They thought everyone was going home on Sunday, but everyone was going home on Saturday. So they stayed an extra day. We had a wonderful time, and then we decided to do another holiday later on, which was a couple weeks ago. But I'll get to that later. So that was the wedding. I think I asked all their permissions as well for if I could post them on YouTube. So there should be some pictures of all of them as well. Right. God, I feel really bad if I missed someone out now, but I don't think I did. That's all my friends anyway. That's all my friends. Right. So then the next big thing that happened, which was 3 months ago yesterday, which is, should be yesterday by the time you see this as well. This video should go up today on Sunday, the 29th, but we'll see. But 3 months ago yesterday, my son was born, Anthony. There will be some pictures as well, or more commonly referred to as "Hey, Tony," because we only call him Tony, really. That was originally the thing anyway. I wanted to name our son Tony, but my wife didn't want Tony. So then I said, because I wanted to just be like, "Hey, Tony, how are you doing?" But she didn't want Tony, so I came up with Anthony, and she was like, "Sure, that I like Anthony." Like, perfect. I'll still call him Tony anyway then. Gotcha. But yeah, so Anthony, and pictures of him will be showing up on screen as well, presumably. We've had some really difficult times early on. Obviously, parenthood, like, everyone told you beforehand it's going to be difficult. There's difficult periods, and yeah, there's lots, it's being a parent. It's not an easy thing, obviously. I'm actually really I have a lot of respect for people who have multiple children now, because Jesus fuck. Anyway, so one thing that's gone really well since almost like the second week, basically, is sleeping. He slept pretty well throughout the night, and then woke up twice. Now he only wakes up once during the night. He's obviously feeding during the night once, and then other than that, he sleeps all the way through from about 9 o'clock until 7 in the morning. Throughout the day, it's a lot worse, though. We had some really difficult times early on, like I was gonna say, where, we were just chasing problems. Like, he had cramps, and we needed to figure out how to solve that. He has these, uncontrollable cries where you just can't, or inconsolable cries, I should say. You can't console him. Like, there's just nothing you can do to make him feel okay again. He still kind of has that, but it's not that bad anymore. The last couple of weeks have gotten a lot better. But it's definitely still a process. And it's just one thing that I've learned as a parent, someone told me this as well, is that you basically, like a problem comes up, and then you have to find a solution to that problem. And by the time you've solved that problem, another problem will have occurred with your child. And then it's just like a circle where you keep having to find the solution. And then by the time you do, something else happens. So every time you think, okay, we're in the clear now, the next day some other bullshit happens, and it's the fucking worst. But at least our sleep, we've been able to sleep fairly well throughout the night. So that's because a lot of parents don't have that privilege. So I definitely do realize that we've got lucky there, but we got unlucky in other areas. But every child's different. I should also mention this is something I've made a community post about before as well. Of course, James, our dearly beloved James, my dog, Bernese Mountain Dog. I've got a picture up there. You guys can't see, obviously. I might put a picture on screen if I remember. He passed away, of course. We managed to keep him alive until, well, that sounds really bad, but yeah, we wanted to keep him alive until after the wedding, because obviously all the friends from abroad wanted to see him again, or for the first time in some cases as well. He had cancer, but we obviously didn't let him suffer. If we noticed he would have gotten worse, we would have been like, yeah, we can't, keep this going anymore. But he had certain medicine to keep him going for a while longer, and he felt fine, and he was very happy until the day that he passed, which was on the 13th, I believe, of September, so just a couple days after the wedding. Was it 13th or 15th? Either way, sad times. But as you would have also known if you followed the community post, we got a new dog since then, Vito, which combined with my son, with Vitoni, who is a lovely golden retriever. He's about to be 9 months old. He was actually born, weirdly, on the 8th of September, so one day before our wedding. We obviously didn't know that at the time, but he was born one day before our wedding, so it's nice and easy to remember his birthday. And my own birthday is on the 21st of September, and my wife's birthday is on the 5th of September. So that's all nice and simple. All September stuff. Which means my parents went at it at Christmas. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so that's the... son born, new dog. I mean, again, he's been on videos and streams a couple times as well, so that's nothing really new. But it's another thing I wanted to make a video of specifically at the time, but never got around to. Right, so that's, yes, the whole thing. That's one of the main reasons why I haven't really been able to make videos. I was really expecting it to be... Because my wife obviously had maternity leave for the first while. She's back at work now since 19 days ago. And I expected that when she was still home on maternity leave, I'd be able to keep going, essentially. I'd take a couple weeks off and then just full record again. But my motivation was already dramatically low. It has been for not years, but a year or two probably at this point. My motivation has not been where it has been in the past, for sure. My channel hasn't been doing that well. I know why. Well, generally I do. It's not like, because whenever I say things like this, people always try and like, oh, have you tried doing this or tried doing that? Yes, I've tried fucking everything. I've done this I started YouTube in 2009. That was an older channel, not the one I'm running right now, but I've done everything you can think of, like uploading 6 videos a day, uploading 1 video a day, uploading 1 video a week, uploading edited videos only, uploading fucking whatever. I've done it all. Doing indie games, doing whatever I do, diversifying, sticking to one thing. It's like, don't bother suggesting things, because I know what like. If I wanted to have my channel do well, I would stop doing Let's Plays, and I would just do edited, like heavily scripted edited videos, like the top 5 videos, the clan overviews and stuff for Shogun 2. Because those things, right, like the last 2 months that I basically haven't been uploading, those videos are still sustaining my channel. Like, I'm doing, well, not okay, but relatively speaking, I'm doing okay. I can still put bread on the table, specifically because I made those videos years ago. That's like, it's crazy, but that's, that's what does best. Let's Plays are dead, really, but that's what I like doing. I wasn't really going to go into a fucking rant on YouTube specifically. That's what I was trying to avoid that, but I guess I should. That's this topic now. I didn't have that in the list of topics, but so what was I even going to say specifically about this if I was going to talk about it? Basically, for years this was always a hobby to me. Okay, let's do that. YouTube was always a hobby to me. It's been a hobby since I started, because it was literally a hobby. It's just something I was doing for fun. Eventually, I started making enough money to call it a job. But I never really let go of the idea that it was a hobby. And there are people who think, I don't want to go into this really, because I don't want to call anyone out, but there's people who think I'm a sellout and do things for money and things like that. But anyone who really knows me knows that's complete nonsense. I've always done this as a hobby. I I've always just wanted to make. I'm just a guy making videos, basically. I'm just a guy who plays games and then records himself playing those games and shoves it on YouTube. And that's what this has always been to me. And it frustrates me that some people think that that's not the case, but that's neither here nor there. Whatever, people can think what they think, and anyone who knows me knows that, you know, it's just not the case. But that's whatever. So that's that. Okay, right. So that leads into, I could make my channel a full-on edited, scripted videos. Like, just make everything as professional as possible. Spend, 8 hours, 8 to 16 or whatever hours on a video, and my channel would probably do a lot better. But I simply don't want to do that because, well, I kind of do, because I honestly do enjoy making those videos as well. But I also just really enjoy making Let's Plays. And I really enjoy playing Shogun 2, but I don't enjoy playing Shogun 2 24/7. So here's this like weird dilemma where I had like 3 options. I was like, once I started going back to doing videos, I had 3 options that I had considered for myself. Now these are kind of out of the window now because of something else, another topic that will come up in a minute. But option 1 was to just scrap Let's Plays, just stick to only scripted edited videos, probably upload 1 or 2 videos per week, and then just kind of blow up, because I know that would do really well, because I've done it in the past and it's always done really well. Obviously, Shogun 2 has gotten older since then, but I could diversify into newer Total War games, do the same thing, and it would probably still do quite well. Which is an option. It is a problem I've always run into with those kinds of things, is that I always run out of ideas. So I did the Clano reviews. Well, I mean, I missed Su and Nagaoka for the Fall of the Samurai, and people still tell me about that. But, there's only so many Clano reviews, there's only so many top 5s and stuff you can do before you run out of ideas. And that's something I always ran into. Like, people say you could do top 5 economic towns or provinces, or top 5 this. It's like, is that really interesting though? Maybe it is, but then the passion kind of goes away, because do I really want to make that video? Yeah. Anyway, that was option 1. So option 2 was to just keep going, doing what I'm doing, just focusing mostly on Shogun 2, maybe doing something different every once in a while, but mostly just doing Shogun 2 because I know that works. Just doing what I do. Option number 3, because that's still kind of a business decision, because I know that doing Shogun 2 at least does better than doing anything else. And this is supposed to be a hobby, like I said, and even though it's a job, I still want to enjoy myself. So number 2 is kind of what I've been doing for a long time, and which is probably why my motivation has somewhat died as well over the past few years. So option 3 is to just fucking do whatever, because I don't care about views like that. Well, I do, but I shouldn't, essentially, because if this is just really a hobby, I really shouldn't care about how well my videos do, because that's what a hobby is, right? You just do it for fun. So that would mean doing literally any Let's Play that I wanted to do, and that's what I have done in the past as well. Then when I uploaded like 6 videos a day, but obviously people can't keep up. I'm not going to do that, don't worry, I don't have time to do 6 videos a day anymore. But just playing whatever I want to play. If I see a game that comes out or is coming out or whatever, I can get early access, and it looks something fun to me, I just do it, even though it only gets a couple hundred views. The problem with that is that, as much as I don't want to care about views, of course you do. Like, if you see your channel going down, you've just got this very manipulative way of making you feel bad. I think Alex the Rambler's spoken about this once or twice as well, where he essentially says, like, you have I've noticed this as well, but yeah, you have like all these red arrows in the like the dashboard of YouTube. So you look at your analytics and you see that this video is done worse than your last couple of videos, and you start feeling shit, because you don't want to, even though maybe those videos did really well and the bar has been set way too high, anything you do after that is just worse, and all you see is that it doesn't do as well as that one thing you once did. And that really has a shitty mental, what do you call it, behind it? Like, yeah, you just feel shit because of it. And I've got this personally with, specifically that it shows you the last 10 videos, and it tells you how well your video ranks in the last 10 videos you've done. So if you've done 10 like really fucking shitty Let's Play videos, and then you do the next one is some really highly edited thing that blows up, then you're like, fuck yes, that video's done so well. But then you do 9 more shitty videos, and every single one of them just shows you, oh, you fucking suck, dude. Your video's doing shit compared to that one you did earlier. And it's just really demotivating. And there's a lot of things like that with like, yeah, just it's crazy how much of a mental impact those little red arrows and stuff can have. Anyway, so I had those three options, and initially I was going to go with number one. I was going to go full on edited videos, make this into an actual job. I would still enjoy it because I do like making those videos, but it would just be it's not as personal anymore. I wouldn't be doing this kind of thing where I can just talk to you guys. But then, and I'm kind of skipping a couple topics now, so I have to backtrack in a bit. But then something came up on my path, which is when we did that holiday with our friends from Austria, Lucas and Wang. It's Huang, by the way, not Wang, like I keep saying. But anyway, when we did that holiday, we did an escape room here where I live, and I really enjoyed that. And I've always liked the idea of escape rooms. So afterwards, we had a conversation with the owner, and I ended up talking to him for a little bit. And I asked just randomly, because I'm not really looking, but I was like, "Are you searching? Or like, do you need employees?" He was like, "Yeah, we always need more employees." So anyway, that one thing led to another essentially, and I now have been hired. The contract is ready. I just need to go there and sign it essentially. But I'm going to America, so I'm doing that after I come back. Yeah, I got hired to basically be a game host, if you will, at the escape room there. They've got 2 escape rooms. I'm not going to name names because then you're going to find out where I live and stuff, and it sucks. I've had that happen before. But yeah, so it's very part-time. I can basically just write, I can sign in when like which days I want to work for the next month, for example, or which evening, because it's mostly evenings and weekends. So I'm essentially going to be working a couple evenings, maybe one day in the weekend when my wife is home, for a little bit of extra income, because that was the thing. Like I had to choose with YouTube, or I could do this, and then I could be a little bit more relaxed with YouTube. But also because it makes it much easier to get childcare, I think it's called in English. So for basically, I'll be able to put our kids at childcare. Is that whatever, the place where you bring your kid and then you pick it up at the end of the day. I'll be able to do that for probably 2 days a week, which means that during those 2 days a week, I'll be able to focus on YouTube. Because right now, I'm just a stay-at-home dad, essentially, who can't even make videos. So my income is based on those top 5 videos from years ago. And of course, my wife's income. But yeah, so it was a nice opportunity to get a little bit of extra income and also give me extra time, because that means I can now work on YouTube a little bit easier. My parents also take care of our baby every Wednesday, or will do starting next week, basically. And then my wife will work 4 days, because she wanted to initially do 5, but she's decided to do 4 instead. So that's another day extra. So I should have like 3 or 4 days of just having time by myself. So I will be able to do some focusing on videos at the very least. That's something I forgot to mention earlier when I was talking about how I assumed I would have had more time when my wife was still home from maternity leave. It just turned out that despite my motivation being low, etc., all that stuff that I did go into, I also simply I felt really bad that when my wife was home taking care of our child, when she, of course, just came out of childbirth, or the first couple of months are really difficult. I just felt bad sitting here, or sitting here and recording. I would want to be there, and I would want to be helping her as well. So yeah, that's another reason why I really didn't get to record anything, because I would just feel bad. And especially the first few weeks when he didn't really have a rhythm yet, so sleeping was, sleeping in the night went okay, but during the day it's like all over the place, and I don't want screaming in the background. I had a dog to take care of as well. So all that combined, basically. So now that like my wife has gone back to work, I'm gonna hopefully start my part-time job next week. Then I've got the childcare. Parents will take care of the baby every Wednesday, and then I'll finally be able to start getting a rhythm again, which is why hopefully I'll be able to start doing videos again very soon, to some extent. I don't know if I'll be able to do 2 videos per day or even 1, but we'll have to wait and see. That's something I hope I can do, but I just can't promise anything. Right, so going back into the list of things I was doing, we've had wedding, we've had my son, and we had YouTube, which wasn't part of the list, but the holiday, right? So I'll try and keep this one short. We had Lucas and Huang from Austria over. We initially wanted to go on holiday together to Italy. We just all wanted to go there together, or mostly my wife, but I also. We decided with a baby of 2 months old, that was a bit a bad idea. Then we decided to go there, to their place instead. Decided that we'd have to bring way too much luggage by plane with all the child stuff we'd have to bring, that would be too difficult. So they would come here instead, which we were trying to avoid because obviously they already were here before with the wedding. We wanted to do something different, but we ended up having a great time. We showed them, we went to do all kinds of stuff in the Netherlands. Of which I'll try and put some pictures on the screen as well. Yeah, we had a great time. We were already planning our next holiday. We're gonna go there next time, at least that's the plan. Do another escape room because I think we've all got a bit of a love for escape rooms after that. I've already done a couple, but still. Okay, so then that leads into the next thing, which is the flu. So they were here from what was it? It was the 3rd of May until the 10th or 9th. That's when they were here. My wife was starting her job on the 10th. So basically they left in the morning that my wife was starting a new job. A new job, this is relevant. She had just started technically an old new job. She'd worked in the same place before as a housekeeper. Then she started working somewhere else with COVID reasons. And then she came back. Now she's a supervisor of housekeeping. So she's a step up from where she was in the same company, which is nice. But Lucas, during our holiday, got ill. He ended up having COVID. And what we assume is also the flu. Two flus, essentially. The flu and COVID. The flu. I mean, just whatever. Different ones. Because when he was already ill during holiday, and then Wang started getting a little bit ill as well. They went home. They ended up testing positive for COVID. We took multiple tests. We were both negative, but we were fucked. We had the flu, the regular flu. They still exist. It's crazy. Which is why we assumed he had both the flu and COVID, if that's even possible. Because they were positive for COVID. We were clearly ill because we were really fucked up. But we didn't have COVID because we tested negative multiple times. So we ended up being really sick. So my wife worked for 2 days on the 10th and 11th, and then she stayed home on the 12th because we were really, really sick. And I'm really happy. Well, this sounds really bad, but I was happy she was sick too, because I could not have taken care of my child appropriately in the state that I was, because I was really not feeling well. We are both vaccinated as well, by the way. So are our friends from Austria. For COVID anyway. So yeah, that was fucked up. So we ended up having the flu, which was it was just messed up. We were feeling really, really bad. And the worst, well, not the worst part. One of the thing was that, like I said, my wife started a new job on the 10th. Our friends from Austria were leaving on the 10th. My parents also went on holiday on the 10th. Luckily, they didn't get the flu because that would have ruined their holiday too. But in one stroke, on a single day, I went from having friends over, my wife was here, my parents were available for taking care of our son if they needed to having absolutely fucking no one, and then also feeling miserable because my wife went back to work, parents were back were going on holiday, friends were back in Austria, so I was alone instantly with my son, and then we started getting ill. Hence why I said I'm happy she was also ill so she could be home with me, feeling ill together. So yeah, that was the holiday / flu topic. Got a couple left, but the one of them already basically covered. New job, which changes the schedule of videos because I can then essentially do what I want to do. So I'm not going to be necessarily focusing on Shogun 2 all the time anymore. I want to play other games too. Hard West 2, just a random title that you may not have heard of, just had a beta, I believe, or demo or something for the Hard West 2. I played Hard West 1 on the channel. I'm not saying I'm going to play this, by the way, but I was actually considering redoing Hard West 1 because I quite enjoyed that game back in the day. And then also playing Hard West 2 when it fully came out. And this is one of those games that would do fucking terribly on my channel because no one gives a fuck, right? I mean, Hard West 2 might do okay because it's new, but even then it wouldn't do well. Hard West 1, however, would do. I would probably get like maybe 500 views per video. I tried doing a couple of those Let's Plays a month or two ago. That was when the baby was already born. And that they just went so poorly. I did 2 Let's Plays. Inscription, which did really poorly, and then Forward, Escape the Something. That one was Escape the Fold. That one someone contacted me about because their friend had made the game. That one actually did okay-ish. But Inscription did so poorly. I ended up deleting the videos because it just made me sad to look at. And this is the problem, that I don't necessarily want to do videos that do shit either. But I also, like, I enjoy myself when I do the videos, but I don't enjoy the views that happen, that I get on YouTube. And it's difficult. But with the new job, I shouldn't care as much about views. But I also want to, succeed because YouTube is still my main form of income. And it's still the main thing I want to do for the rest of my life, essentially. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe I will do scripted videos. I'm going back on my word. I don't know what the fuck to do anymore, but we'll see. Either way, videos will happen again soon. That's the main point of this. That's just my throat because I haven't drunk anything for a bit and I'm talking 30 minutes in a row. Right. Okay. So I've got the topics are wedding, Anthony, holiday, flu, schedule, which, yeah, I've kind of talked about that, new job, and then the America trip, which is the last thing. So, almost exactly a month ago, wow, almost exactly a month ago, I got a message. I'm not allowed to disclose what game this is about. So I got a message from someone inviting me to basically a preview event all the way in Baltimore, America, or Baltimore, Maryland, because that's a thing that Americans do, right? They name the city and then the state. Which the only thing I know about Baltimore is from The Wire. If you've ever watched that show, or if you've never watched the show, I'd recommend doing so. It's a great show. If you have watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna get shot. No, okay, that's not. No, but yeah, great opportunity. All paid for, of course. The flight, the hotel, dinner, etc. It's gonna be fucking great. I'm really looking forward to it. We're leaving tomorrow. I have to get up at fucking 5 in the morning or something. But hey, I'm basically used to that anyway because I have a baby. It's actually not even that crazy. Like, honestly, getting up at 5 is like, whatever. It's like it really is. It's great. I used to get up at 10 o'clock every day, and now I get up at 7 every day. But I go to bed earlier as well. Thought I heard my baby cry, but maybe not. Anyway, the video's coming to an end anyway. So yes, going to America. I'll be leaving tomorrow morning. I'm coming back early on the 5th of no, not the 5th. Sorry, the 3rd of June. It's essentially only 3 days because it's like an 8. Well, I think combined it's like a 10-hour flight or 10-hour travel because we have to stop in New York. JFK Airport was the other one of the Kennedys. And then on the way back, we're stopping in Detroit. So that's it. Okay, I definitely hear him. Yep. Okay, so anyway, basically, I'll be doing a video on that when I get back. I don't know if I'm going to be recording with like my phone or something, but I'll definitely be allowed to record the game. So I'll be allowed to do a video on the game itself. I can't say what game it is. There you can search though. Baltimore. I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to go to. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Either way, Baltimore. There's a studio there. You can search if you want. So yeah, absolutely amazing. I've never been to America, so that's cool. To just for a small trip, just fucking fly in 3 days later, fly back home again. What's your purpose? Oh, it's crazy. You have to fill in an ESTA as well, which I'm sure a lot of you will know. It like asks, oh, have you ever been linked to terrorists? Wait, no, hold on. I wrote the actual question down. It's fucking crazy. Like as if anyone would answer yes to that. It's do you seek to engage in or have you engaged in terrorist activities, espionage, sabotage, or genocide? It's like, who the fuck's gonna be like, yeah, no, I did. Is that okay? Do I just sign here? Like, no. I mean, obviously, no one's gonna say they did that. But anyway, baby's crying. I gotta go. This is perfect timing because that's the last topic. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching a 35-minute long video. That's great. I did say it was going to be long, so I warned you. I'll try and put in some pictures and stuff. Hopefully I have enough time to do so. There's the Grand Prix in for 2.5 hours. I need to do a lot of shit today as well. Packing, I need to go grocery shopping and stuff. Prepare myself for the trip. And I got a baby to take care of. So that's great. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll be back soon. Obviously no videos in the next 5 days because I've got nothing prepared for before my trip. But hopefully once I get back, maybe the week after, like let's say the week of the 6th, maybe I'll start doing videos then, but I'm not going to promise anything. Soonish, at least. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, and goodbye.